Canada's chief negotiator lamented limited progress so far because he says the Americans are pushing talks too quickly. Well, let's bring in our eyes on all this stuff. Scotty Greenwood is Chief Executive Officer of the Canadian American Business Council. She joins us from Washington. All right, let's quickly review this, Scotty. Trump is grumpy. Our trade rep is worried. Duties are being proposed. Right. Show me the silver lining in all these dark clouds.
Oh, there is one. I'm so glad you asked me for silver lining because that's my specialty, Don. Here is the silver lining, such as it is. So the president today in the White House was talking about steel and aluminum from China. And, you know, this administration is really focused on China and how bad it is that we do business with them, et cetera. And so he was reminded, we see in the meeting, by a U.S. member of Congress from Wisconsin and said, Mr. President, you know that we actually get aluminum from Canada, not China, right? And so you need to be careful. And so Trump takes that and he says, well, that's fine, but, you know, we're really mad at Canada because of lumber and because of dairy and farmers. So Trump is happy to pivot and blame Canada because that's just Tuesday in Washington.
Well, hold on. We got a couple weeks ago, I guess, before the talks resume in Mexico. We're still hearing there's no heavy lifting, right? No heavy lifting's been done. Yeah. The American trade czar is so peeved, he said today that Canada's complaint to the World Trade Organization is a massive attack against American interests. This doesn't sound very good to me. Does it still sound promising to you somehow?
Yeah, I forgot to get to the silver lining, Don, which was that you have a Republican member of Congress correcting the record and trying to stand up for Canada at a meeting in the White House. So that's the silver lining that you know, there are people willing to defend the Canada-U.S. interests, people besides me, because I wasn't in the meeting at the White House today. But you're right. I mean, the Canadian trade negotiator is worried because trade negotiations take forever, years and years and years usually, and he thinks that you need more time because, you know, these issues are complicated and nobody understands kind of the rationale behind some of the Trump administration proposals, so they need time. But, you know, when the Canadians worry or complain about the rhetoric that their attack on the WTO, you know, the Americans say you attacked the WTO. Canada did, and it meant to. It was like you're on the ice, you drop the gloves, you put up the dukes. That's what Canada did with the WTO, and the idea was, as we understand from Minister Freeland, in order to get the U.S. attention to try to maybe do a deal on lumber. So this is how it goes. We're in dispute world. This is BC, Alberta. This is, you know, Ontario, New York. This is Canada-U.S., and it's brawl time.
Wow. Okay, help me understand another thing then. We've invested, and you've applauded this, a lot of political capital to boost NAFTA, whether it's in Congress or at state government levels. Yet, you know, I increasingly hear that we're the bad guy in this three-way relationship. How did we become the bad guy? I thought Mexico was the bad guy in this threesome.
Well, I mean, the truth is nobody is the bad guy in this relationship, as you and I know, Don. It's a really good, beneficial relationship, and China is the bad guy, according to a lot of people. But Canada has had preferential access to the U.S. market for many, many years, and that's something that people are taking notice of. And so, for example, when the president complains about dairy and agriculture, you know, Canada does protect that sector, and Canada is happy to protect that sector for its own reasons, but it doesn't go unnoticed here. So yeah, there are things that could be perfected, that could be worked upon, and you know, there's blame on all sides of this. If you want to talk about bad guys, there's also good things on all sides, which is what I prefer to focus on. But you know, the president's not listening to me on that particular subject.
Scotty, it's always uplifting to hear you as you find those rainbows and silver linings in the clouds. Let's hope you're right. Thanks for joining us.
It's all sprinkles and unicorns, Don. Thanks so much.
Sure is. Thanks, Scotty.
All righty.
All right, let's get some new insight on Trump's thinking from Francis Buckley, the former Trump speechwriter and author of The Republic of Virtue and other books, joins me in the studio. Making America Great Again.
Yeah, absolutely.
You say that Canada could teach the Americans a few things. What are you talking about?
Absolutely right. No, I've written about 3 books about how great Canada is relative to the States, and I'm a dual, and I've lived in the States for 30 years, and I say basically better constitutional system, you know, better rule of law, better immigration system, until recently a way better tax system. I thought, hey, it's real simple, emulate Canada.
Right now it's blame Canada
well,
coming out of the White House.
Well,
I
I mean, Canada maybe deserves a little bit of blame for what's going on, and it's mostly cosmetics. You know, as much as I like the country, and, you know, I'm still a Canadian, it's not done a really good job in trying to peddle NAFTA. When
Really?
you think about it, yeah, well, think about
We're
it.
doing a great job. We're blitzing
Yeah, right.
Washington and Congress and the state governors and.
Well, you know, first of all, it's kind of hard to get the Americans to notice you unless you run over a California highway patrolman. I mean,
Right.
it's you know,
Yeah.
it's an uphill battle. But when you say in the context of NAFTA negotiations, really what we want to do is push a politically correct, progressive agenda. This to the guy who's told Megyn Kelly, I don't have much time for political correctness. Basically, you're flipping the bird. To the
So you think
president.
NAFTA is dead, do you?
I don't think NAFTA is dead, but I think it's remarkable how Canada has done so little to try to sell it, while at the same time it was doing wonderfully in a trade deal with Europe and with Asia. And you know what I think the difference is? The difference is basic anti-Americanism.
Don't you have to basically sell it to one guy, forget about all the others?
Well, it helps to have a few other people in the administration. Right now, the Canadian government is saying, oh, we're getting really, really along well with members of Congress, which is irrelevant. It's about the administration, the executive branch. And look, I was at the White House not long ago, and Trump was talking trade, and he spent 5 minutes beating up on China, and then he spent 20 minutes beating up on Canada, and people are looking at me because I'm a dual, and they're grinning, and I'm thinking, what the heck is this, right?
But what triggered that? I mean, he doesn't pay enough attention to detail to really pick out whether we're doing a progressive trade agenda.
I have no idea. I must say the Great Canadian Smarm attack seems to have fallen flat.
The WTO one as
well, you know, the idea that Canada's kind of reinvented itself as the Eddie Haskell of nations.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
It doesn't work. Plus, they're really peeved, it seems to me, by this World Trade Organization where we basically took them on every trade front.
You know, I think Canada was right on that.
Oh, were we? Okay.
Yeah, but you know what it is there is a really serious issue with respect to a dispute resolution mechanism, and we kind of ignored that, or Canada kind of ignored that, and again pushed this progressive agenda, which is just not very relevant for Canadian businessmen who live and die by NAFTA.
Trudeau and Trump. He keeps talking about Justin Trudeau's a really nice guy. Is that just his way of saying he's a lightweight, or what's he saying about Justin Trudeau?
I think there actually is some admiration as a fellow celebrity, but it doesn't translate into a respect much for the country. And what's sad is this: in the past, you know, in the absence of affection, economic rationality would supply the reason to promote trade, and I'm not seeing much of that, frankly, on either side. Yeah.
Trumpism. You're going to be writing about that.
I'm going to be writing about Trump. Yeah.
What is Trumpism?
Well, you have to read the book, but you know, it's a matter of several things. One of them is the dignity of labor, of jobs. I mean, he's the jobs president. Now think about it. What do jobs mean? Jobs mean that you have the respect, the self-respect of somebody who's producing something. It's not just receiving money, right? It's much more than that. It's also the companionship of people you're working with. It's also nationalism. And hey, you know, Canada's become very nationalistic. So what's wrong with that? And here's the thing about nationalism. If you're nationalistic, you have to look out for everybody in the country, so that dictates a generous social welfare policy, and that's where Trump differs from the right wing. So I like Trump, and I don't like the American right wing. Trump's different. Trump has always said that he was in favor of generous social welfare policies. That's what I liked about the guy. I'm from Saskatchewan, and I like Tommy Douglas, okay?
Yeah, okay? That's true. You don't get any more socialist than that. All right. Listen, Frank, I guess we got a preview of your next book, even before it's published, but thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right. See you soon.